Okay, so for our last example, I'm going to give you a specific function. F of x is x plus 2 over x plus 10. And I'm going to ask you to evaluate the inverse of 5. So f inverse of 5. Now you need to be careful. Don't plug in 5. Because this is the inverse function, we read this function a little bit differently. We read it as what x value would produce an output of 5. So we're not plugging in 5. If this just said f of 5, yes, we would plug in 5. And that would have been in section 3.2 or 3.3 or something. 3.2 probably. But now in this section, we are doing the inverse function. So f inverse of 5 means to reverse it. Just think inverse, reverse. You want to know what x value would produce an output of 5. So set this equation equal to 5. And then solve this for x. All right, it should be relatively simple. I would say moving forward, you've already solved all the different types of equations, some of them easier than others. This is the type where you multiply both sides by x plus 10. In order to reduce the denominator, so you have a much simpler equation. X plus 2 equals 5x plus 50. Don't forget to get rid of all the parentheses by using the distributive property. Okay, the good news is even though we're learning more terminology and more techniques, all of our basic algebra techniques are still in place. Hopefully you've kept up your exercises on that. So you want to move all your x's over. I'm going to subtract 5x. That's going to give me negative 4x plus 2 is equal to 50. Then I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. That's going to give me negative 4x is 48. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. And there's my solution, negative 12. Be exact if possible. If you have to, you can leave your answer as a simplified fraction. I don't want any rounding. I don't want any repeating decimals or anything like that. I either want an exact integer or a simplified fraction. Okay, so the answer is negative 12. You can easily check your answer. Remember, if f inverse of 5 gives you negative 12, look back at the definition. That means if you plugged in negative 12, so negative 12 is our x, you should get an output of 5. It only takes a second to check. I know on your homework you probably won't. You'll just let the computer tell you. But on your test next week, you should check your answer. Negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10. Negative 12 plus 10 is negative 2. Negative divided by a negative, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Check. That is the correct answer. So it is checked out. Okay, Dr. Jordan signing out for another day.